So I am Macy, the founder of the Love Advantage and Love 5 TV and the Find Your Unicorn community. So welcome, Unicorn Sisters. And today I wanted to talk about something that I hear from people all the time when you're saying stuff like, oh, you know what? I don't want to get my hopes up. So say you're about to go on a date or you met someone you really like and you're just saying, I'm going to keep it calm. I'm not going to get my hopes up. And you're doing this dialogue that I know is intended to protect you. So today I want to share with you what that actually does, because I'm here to help you stop sabotaging your love life so that you can actually call in the kind of relationship that I call unicorn love, where it is better than you ever thought. It's something that maybe you didn't even think could exist. So that's my mission. So today we're going to talk about that sabotage. So specifically around this question of I don't want to get my hopes up and how we approach our dates. And what I know is that, I get that so many of us have had, serious heartbreak and have felt really, really hurt by relationships. And maybe someone, totally dumped you, or you met someone and it didn't work out and you're really disappointed. I mean, all of that makes sense. So I definitely want to honor the fact that, it makes sense that we want to try to protect ourselves. And beyond that, our biology is that we are naturally going to want to protect ourselves, whether we're conscious of it or not. We're going to feel that fear or resistance that can come up when we're dealing with emotional things like finding love. So if you've ever said that, well, I don't want to get my hopes up, share with me below if that's something that you do before going on a date. Do you say that? Like you meet someone, you're really excited about them, and then you're like, you know what? Putting some rules down here and putting up some blocks to, protect myself. And I'm taking a sip out of my donut give up mug, which is a good theme for us today. I'm actually drinking kombucha because, I put it in a mug because when it's in a glass, it kind of looks like I'm drinking beer. And I actually want you to take me seriously today. So just follow along. You're not going to be sitting here going, that drunk love coach said. So anyway, all cool. So if you said that, like, I don't want to get my hopes up, or, I don't, I really need to protect myself, let me know. Because what we know is it's just coming from fear, and that's totally natural. And what it really is, okay, here's a comment. I am very wary of going beyond putting out a friend vibe. So that sounds like another way of protecting yourself, because you're not going into a space where maybe you could consider receiving more. Or maybe you're saying you don't want to put out a friend vibe, so you're going to be doing something else. So maybe you can clarify that a little bit. Welcome. And so what really is happening here is actually a faith issue. And what I mean by that is when we're working with something that's uncertain, we don't know, say that this person that we're going out with, we don't know if this is going to be our person. Maybe we're getting excited about it, or we hope that, but we don't know that. Then we have to have some faith that if we want a relationship in our life, that we can actually have it. And no matter what we're doing, we are putting faith in something. So we're either putting faith in, wow, this could be really possible, or we're putting faith and energy into more of disappointment. Like, I'm going to protect myself. I'm not going to get my hopes up because it could turn into a heartbreak, and I know how bad that feels. So if I put up this protection, then I won't get hurt or as badly hurt. I mean, that's kind of the thought process that I see a lot, that if I don't get my hopes up, then I'm not going to be as hurt. Does that make sense? The truth of the matter is it doesn't matter. There's really, you're still, if it doesn't work out, there's disappointment, and we want to acknowledge that. And it's totally fine to be pissed about those kinds of situations. And it's totally fine to, feel disappointment in those moments. But what I'm inviting in here is to make a new choice at the beginning. So what would happen if you could have faith in it working? And the way I like to look at this is that, say here's what I believe. So hear me out. I believe that if you have that heart's desire for partnership or love or soulmate love, unicorn love, then you do have that love story already written. So if you can imagine that desire is coming with all the pages and all the chapters that are to write the story for you, then it's no longer something that you have to try to figure out, and that every experience along the path is brought to you with your future partner in mind. So thinking about it, that every relationship has some little bit of information that is needed and necessary for you to then be led to your future partner, or maybe your future partner. So that even in the most disconnected maybe experiences where you're there's nothing in common, I didn't really get this person or whatever, that there's something in that then is informing what it is that is to come. And this is a way of having faith in what you actually want, because no matter what, you're investing in something. So either you're investing in the disappointment, which doesn't really feel good, or you're investing in, your actual love story, which can feel really exciting. And that's the other piece. When I hear my clients say, well, I met this really good guy, but you know what? I'm not going to get too excited about this. I'm not going to get my hopes up. To me, right in that moment, my heart breaks, because what I'm hearing is that I'm not going to give myself permission to be loved, not going to give myself permission to love, and I'm not going to give myself permission to experience the joy and the newness and the sacredness that comes with the new beginnings of relationships. And obviously, you know, if you're meeting people and they're not a match, you may not see like major joy right on the surface. But what if you could find a little more? What if you could find that little tidbit that said, oh, he's like totally not what I want, which tells me more about what I want. He was this, which was annoying, which tells you more about what's important to you. And on the other side, meeting someone that you're really excited about, if maybe they say you're not the match, like maybe you can take that and say, you know what, it felt really good to experience this. I definitely want that. And certainly I get it, because the rejection is real and disappointment is real, but in the process of avoiding that, we can deny ourselves a ton of joy in our life and opportunity to receive more little breadcrumbs towards your ultimate future partner. I think of it like your future partner has a hand in this. Your future partner is there along the way. And when you are present with this idea that you are already connected to your future partner in everything that you're doing along the way, and you can find those moments of bliss, even tuning into that energy of, you know, this is what I really want to experience in my love life. And I'm really talking about it straight up, just how do I want to feel? How do I want to experience this? Then you are living your life in love right now. And when you're living your life in love right now, you're giving yourself the opportunity for joy. And if your future partner is a part of every step, then you know that you are supported. You are absolutely supported, and you get to choose that. And what's more attractive than anything is to be in love, be in joy, and use those experiences to take care of yourself in a way that you want to be taken care of in relationship. So if you have had moments of, you know, feeling sad because you met someone online and then you were really excited, and then when you met him in person, you're like, oh, totally didn't match up, then what's in that disappointment for you right now? What do you need? So there's always love in all of it. So in that moment of disappointment, how can you come back to you and support you in the way that you would love your future partner to be present with you, rather than, you know, going on to the story of this always happens this way and I'll never find someone, and basically abandoning your ultimate unicorn love dream. So it's really a choice in a lot of ways, but what I also like to remind people of is, you know, those little moments of anticipation are amazing ways to create momentum. So if you have a date coming up, like say you have a date on Saturday night and you're spending the whole week just kind of like, no big deal, and just, I'm not going to get my hopes up, and just trying to kind of dumb it down. I feel like it's like a smothering of, you know, anything. I mean, if there's some reason why you're meeting up with this person, there has to be a spark of excitement. Then give yourself that. Let yourself have that, because denying yourself that right now is not going to make it less disappointing if you don't like the person. This disappointment's the same. So how can you just say, you know what? I am honestly excited because, you know, he shared this and I'm really curious about that. And you don't have to, like, you know, start planning your wedding like, oh, you just want to really be honest. Are you honestly a little bit excited about it or a lot excited about it? You deserve that. That's why we're here. So take those opportunities. The other thing I like to think about, you know, when I was on my journey and I was really practicing these things, I also like to remind myself that the love story starts in that courting process. Like you're writing back and forth, you know, how can you be present with that and honor how sacred those early moments are when you don't really know a lot about that person? And I'll tell you that I was very present with that in my relationship, and I cherish those moments and those memories. And I know for many years, I never let myself have that. I just was like, oh, okay, it was probably not going to work out, but you know what? I got to get out there and, you know, whatever sort of militant thing I was doing to myself. So how can you enjoy that and remember it for all of the things it gives us? And I have some notes. I want to make sure I got everything. Yeah, so today I just want to remind you that you have permission to experience anticipation, you have permission to experience joy, and you also have permission to, you know, be disappointed. I mean, rejection is going to happen. So we just have to have that in the picture. I mean, it's just part of it. And part of that is, you know, blowing off some steam or anger or, you know, whatever it triggers in us. And that also is needed and necessary for the journey. So, you know, there's no sense thinking you're going to win this game of avoiding rejection or avoiding disappointment. It's just part of the complete picture. But if you can let your love story and really, you know, savor the little glimpses of excitement, then how would that be different? You're just building more momentum in that space. Every experience has an opportunity for love, whether it's loving yourself because you are sad and disappointed, or loving the experience of being on a date with someone who's really fun and you're like, oh, this is so exciting, or loving the, you know, start of a new thing. All of these pieces are absolutely lovable. And when you're in that space, guess what? You are lovable and magnetic. You're always lovable, but it's really more of a transmission that shows up. So you get to have this. You get permission to have fun. You get permission for all of it. But let's start being in love and letting yourself have some more fun here, knowing that your story is written and every little step of the way has amazing wisdom for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Hope that was helpful. Unicorn sister love to you all, and we will see you real soon. Bye.